I don't care what y'all going through. I don't care how bad things are right now, ladies and gentlemen. What I want you to understand is you are not enemies. Your partnership is more important than your problem. I'm coming to you as a professional who have seen tens of thousands of couples in the counseling office. Your problems in your relationship, your communication challenges, the inability to resolve the conflict, this doesn't have to pull y'all apart. In fact, it is the very thing that can pull y'all together.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. It's me again, WJ. The focus of the topic today. This silence is too loud. That's kind of crazy. Just listen to that. This silence is too loud. Have you ever been in a situation where you know something really has to be said, but nothing is being said? It makes the total environment so awkward. People can't function right. And then people start internalizing a lot of things. And then do they typically resort to? They start making decisions on assumptions. Because in that type of environment, people are not talking. There's no openness, no discussions, no sharing of the minds, especially in a relationship setting. Well, when typically that happens, what's the next step? People shut down. They check out. That's it. He ain't talking to me. She ain't talking to me. I'm done. But I feel like we don't have to give up so easily. And that's the focus of this topic today. Let me say, this is not a man problem. This is not a woman problem. This is a we problem. Both men and women have this problem. This next couple of videos will prove that. You hear from a woman's side, and then you hear from a man's perspective. And then we can listen to ways on how to make this better, so we don't end up in this type of situation, because the silence really, really can get really loud. Take a look at this.
As a woman, we start to think like, I'm not even going to bother having this conversation anymore. It just is what it is. And you start checking out. And men don't realize it. And here is the thing. When we are fighting you on a thing and arguing on a thing and going to bat with you on things, we still care. When we stop saying that thing, it's not because we've healed or we are better or we're okay with it. It's we're checking out.
You want to know if a man really doesn't love you? He doesn't tell you what to do and what he wants from you. Men that really love you and can really care are ones that tell you what they need from you so they don't hurt you when you don't give it to them. Now you're like, well, that's dark. Yeah, it is. They will walk away if you can't. And that's one who's integrated and understands that. I want these things to be done in my life. For me, I want this, this, and this. Right. But it's your job as a woman to not reinforce in your head that he's trying to put you in a box. He wants to hear what you have to say about it. And he considers what you have to say because he's there to protect you. A man that really loves a woman will challenge her and tell her what he needs from her, because that's a man that loves himself. His love matters.
All right. So we heard from the lady. We heard from the man. What does that tell us? It's not a woman problem. It's not a man's problem. It's a we problem. We all got the same issues. It's just coming from different angles. So if we both have the problem, why bother have the silence? Why don't we want to talk about it? Let's just talk about it. The most successful relationships would tell you communication is key. There are no mind readers. Let's not expect our spouse to read our mind. I know he sounds very romantic. Oh, my husband does it before I tell him. Oh, my wife does it before I tell her. Yeah. You'll get there. I believe so. But it will take some time. It'll take a little bit of a time, but don't rush it. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, your lifetime. So take your time and enjoy the process of getting there and being open. And then over time, you could complete each other's sentences. I know. It feels good. Well, I've always said this. You can check my prior videos. I say it a lot and I'll keep saying it. The time you want to be concerned is when your spouse or your person you're with in a relationship are not saying anything. When their silence is just loud. That's when you want to be concerned. I've told you a story about a guy. I'll tell it real quick again. He loved this girl, and they were dating, got engaged. The whole process, got married. She has a group of friends, sisterhood, if you want to call it that. They come over to their house and all of that. They have fun. They know him. He knows them. But every time they come, they do whatever. No boundaries, just do whatever. In the past, he's had issues with his wife, who's friends with those other ladies, the sisterhood, right? But after a while, he gave up, never said anything. So they would come to the house and say, well, I like this man. I want a man like this, because most of them were single. You trained him well. He does whatever you want him to do. What they did not know was this man. Again, I'm not condoning it. I say that in my prior video as well. I'm not condoning his act. I'm just saying this to make a point that when you see your spouse, your partner being silent, not saying anything goes, you want to be very concerned. He had a side chick. And that's where he was acting and feeling like a man. Long story short, he didn't work out with his wife. He cut it off, ended up marrying the side chick. And now the wife, ex-wife now, is now left all alone. But where are the friends? They're all gone. They're all gone. Nowhere to be found. Well, let's listen to the same guy who we started with to give us some advice on how we can handle this loud silence. Because typically what happens is we have disagreements and we can resolve them, and everybody moves into their shell, goes into their boxes, and then we shut down. And nothing has been said and nothing has been resolved. But resolution is what we want, not the silence. We're not getting anything from that anyway. It does nothing. It just complicates matters and makes it harder. Every day as the clock is ticking, it becomes harder to talk about what you were supposed to talk about yesterday. You wait till tomorrow, it becomes 2 days from now. You wait till next week, it just complicates matters. But let's take a look at this. Please put your comments in the comment section below. Take a look.
Disagreement is normal. But here's what a healthy couple does. Disagreement leads to, here it is, a conversation about the disagreement that leads to a solution. Ladies and gentlemen, you're having normal disagreements. It's okay. Disagree all you want. It shows that you're different, and being different in a relationship is okay. You don't have to be the same. But are you fighting to allow the disagreement to turn into a further conversation? It's not what we're fighting about. What are we fighting for? Every disagreement that y'all have, every conflict, it is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity for you and your partner to mature.
We are always going to have disagreement. It's not about the disagreement. And let's just remember, we're not enemies. You're not enemies with who you're in a relationship with. As a matter of fact, it's not a competition. We are in this together. So it's not about who's winning conversations, who's winning debates, who's winning disagreements. Who cares, really? If one of you is down, you're both down. If you don't have that type of mindset, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You could go be by yourself. Being single is not a disease. Well, in this scenarios we've looked at, this is where silence is so loud in the relationship setting. But before we go, I'd like to wrap it up with this. How about we look at where we could avoid getting into a relationship where the silence becomes so loud, where people can talk about what they want up front before getting into it. How about that? Be open. about what you want. Ask all the questions. Don't just go blindly. And then you're trying to run away from it to get into the next one. Let's be open. The silence really can get loud. Take a look at this.
I want you to really be careful with falling in love with the idea of being in love and not the person. Because what happened is we start to clothe our ideology and our fairy tale onto every person we get into a relationship with. And then what happens is we never give ourselves the opportunity to plug in and really love. That means we can go from person to person to person because we're taking our idea with us, not the experience of the person. And what happens is you end up really setting yourself up for a letdown. Because once you realize that your idea is not what this man ends up being, or this fairy tale is something he can't become, then you're disappointed. And oftentimes we end up gaslighting him when he never showed up to say he was going to be those things. So just be careful and make sure that you are falling in like or love with the person and not with your idea and just clothing the wolf with sheep clothing.
Falling in love with the idea of the person, not the person itself. You setting yourself up for some loud silence because you're going to be in for a shock of your life. Be open. Talk about what matters. Have the discussions. Ask questions. What are they really like? What are you really like before you get into it? So you don't end up in a situation where the silence gets really loud and you have no other option but to check out, and ultimately you hit the rocks. Please put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this. I'd like to know. We'd like to know. The moral of the story really is just be open. Don't give up. Ask the right questions. And just be you. If you're already in a relationship, go all in. Be committed to it. If you're about to get into a relationship, be open. Ask questions. Be real. Don't be what others want you to be. Be what you need to be. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the one with the person, not what others are saying, or not the other people who are talking into your ears. Hey, you know how we like to wrap it up? We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we've got one life with many seasons, so let's make the best of it. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be coming back again with more pieces. You know it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take it now. Bye for now.